What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell. Is there really a such thing as the Dan Campbell effect?
Do it! Just do it!
You know, I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
And is it happening right now? Let's get it started. Welcome, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And today we're talking about Dan Campbell, but we're also going to be talking about Ndamukong Suh. And I'm sure you guys were not prepared to hear us talk about Suh. I was not expecting to do this either today, but I saw this article, and when I read it, I was like, oh snap, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. Now, I do want to share this really quickly with you guys on the Dodge Shop. You know, I'm working on some designs from ideas that you guys have given me. This one is Danos. Someone came up with that. I didn't put Danos on the shirt. I could make it say Danos underneath. Someone said put Dan the Man. I have one without the words too. I think it looks pretty cool. You know, it's like it's Thanos, but it's Dan Campbell's head. And then we also have the Campbell soup, the Campbell's kneecap soup. I like that one. I like both, really. You can check it out. Dodge Shop. Ooh, free shipping. Check community. There's a promo code. Seems like when the Lions have hired their staff, there's been some sort of effect to the guys that the Lions have here in Dan Campbell and possibly Brad Holmes, as it's almost seeming like some people just want to work with this guy. Maybe they've had past ties with him before, or maybe they haven't. And the Lions have kind of been stealing people. I mean, there's certain guys that have left other jobs just to come and work in Detroit. And it's like, how is this happening? We were literally 5-11 and we lost our quarterback. Why are people coming to work here? Yeah, no, they're taking our job over other jobs. Like, when does that happen? When does that happen? When do people decide to work with the Detroit Lions over the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have the first pick in the draft? They decide the Detroit Lions over the Chicago Bears. I mean, that is what's happening right now in the staff. And the Lions are building a pretty strong staff. I mean, you got experienced guys like your John Dorsey's. Then you have the inexperienced guys that, you know, are getting their first shot with the Detroit Lions. On paper, at least, it seems like they're building a good staff. We'll see. Time will tell. But that also could be having an effect on players as well. And that's the hope, is that in free agency, maybe we could land some players, maybe our guys or new guys here for maybe a little bit cheaper. Maybe give us a little bit of a family discount or something. I don't know. The thing is, if Dan Campbell does have this type of effect on the staff, and, you know, these guys are choosing to come here, these players, coaches, these former players, things like that, because all I've heard from these coaches that we're bringing in is really good things from the players, at least, you know, the new players, coaches, things like that. Like, for example, Aaron Glenn. Then you get players that also like playing for those guys. So that could also help you in free agency. I'm telling you, I think Aubrey Pleasant's going to be a big one. All right, watch for those Rams secondary players in free agency. I'm just saying, there's a lot of them, and the Lions could use some help there. And yeah, they might want to go back and play with Aubrey Pleasant again. But I think Aaron Glenn has connections. We know Marshawn Lattimore was thought very highly of him. All the cornerbacks did. So I'm just saying, like, I think it's more than just what Campbell can bring in. It's also what Campbell was able to help bring in with the staff, but also those staff members, his assistants, what they could potentially bring in as well. If you got all these guys that players like, I'm just saying, like, they want to be a part of it. It could help. I mean, it's a different approach. It's a very different approach the Lions are taking with a lot of, you know, new guys, but they also do have those experienced guys kind of in the background that could just kind of help out. They're not the actual coaches, but they're just there to, like, okay, I'm going to oversee. You know, like your Dom Capers. You know, in the front office, kind of like your John Dorsey. Just oversee. Just kind of help out. Just another voice in the room. But then you got the guys that players might want to play for and come work for, which, you know, could be even better. And then you got the Dan Campbell, like, Dan Campbell family tree or something going on here. I'm not sure. Maybe we're all family. We're all family. Maybe something like that. Well, we know Dan Campbell said that he wanted to bring Kenny Golladay and Romeo Okwara back. He wants to bring those guys back. Obviously, they had to figure out the financial side of things. But Kenny Golladay really sounds like he wants to be back. He talked about how he died laughing watching Dan Campbell's introductory presser, but he loved it. He loved the energy that he brought. I mean, Kenny Golladay really made it sound like, hey, I kind of want to be back in Detroit. And maybe he'll take a little bit less money to play here. I'm just saying, I hope he does. And that'd be great because, you know, the Lions don't have the most money right now. So if anybody wants to take a little bit less to play here, that's great. With Dan Campbell spending time with the New Orleans Saints and with the Miami Dolphins and also being a former player, he has got a lot of connections. And one of those connections is former Detroit Lions Suh. And man, look, when I heard that Ndamukong Suh was talking about the Lions, I was like, oh, this might not be good. I don't know what this is about, and I'm assuming it's probably not good. I haven't heard from this guy in a while. I really haven't heard from this guy since, you know, he took that big deal with the Miami Dolphins, where the Lions gave him they offered him a big contract after 2014, but he's like, nah, I'm going to Miami. And he took that big Miami deal. Big deal, 6-year, $114 million. He's like, I'm out. It's like, all right. Now, remember, Ndamukong Suh was a monster with us. Like, okay, he did some things that maybe weren't the best on the field. You know, he had some questionable plays. But for the most part, he set the tone of the game. He absolutely set the tone of the game. He didn't care. And look, he was a fan favorite. There's no question. I mean, some fans maybe didn't love him, but he seemed like pretty much a fan favorite. Suh jerseys were crazy, and he was putting up some crazy numbers. He was a 3-time All-Pro at defensive tackle. The guy had 10 sacks as a rookie at defensive tackle. When do you know that? The last time the Lions had a scary defensive line, Suh was leading the charge. And then he signed that big deal with Miami, and I haven't heard about him since. But this past year with Tampa Bay, he kind of rejuvenated, and he kind of got back at it. He put up some really nice numbers with Tampa Bay this past season, and now at 34 years old, he's set to become a free agent. But it does sound like Dan Campbell's once again using that Dan Campbell magic and potentially having an effect on some people, as he said this. This is what Ndamukong Suh had to say about the Lions and Dan Campbell, and also our new quarterback, Jared Goff. Dan's a great guy. An amazing time with him being our interim head coach at Miami. Stayed in touch with him at New Orleans. Without question, a player's coach. Now, I kind of read that out of order, but that's what Ndamukong Suh had to say about Dan Campbell. Clearly had a good experience with him, and he also said this: Campbell and the Lions just got a great quarterback. Excited to see what they do in Detroit. He also said that he reached out to Jared Goff to wish Goff the best of luck. Detroit is a city I love. Now, Suh also brings up Matthew Stafford getting traded from the Detroit Lions, and he said from the outside looking in, it looked like Stafford had the power, and he chose to go to the Rams, and he hopes he gets an opportunity to play against the Rams, and he says hopefully with Tampa Bay. So I guess, unfortunately, for him coming back to Detroit, that may not be the thing, but obviously Tampa Bay has to pay him, and plus, Suh, just so you know, if you didn't know, we play the Rams next year. I'm just saying, if you really want to, okay? You know, Tampa Bay, you know, they're kind of like, you know, hey, you don't want to go to Tampa Bay. You win your ring this year. You're like, okay, I kind of want to go back to Detroit just because, you know, my homies are there or whatnot. Okay, do it. We play the Rams. A free agent, man. And I'm just saying, okay, now this guy had an $8 million cap hit for 1 year last season with Tampa Bay. That's a lot of money to give him. And I don't want to give him that big of money, but to bring this guy back to Detroit, I got to be honest, I would be pretty excited with it, okay? Last season, Suh put up 6 sacks and 44 combined tackles. The last time he put up that many sacks was 2015, his first year with Miami. All right? The last time he put up more sacks than that was Detroit. He was kind of fell off a little bit until he kind of last year with Tampa Bay. He wasn't doing what he was doing in Detroit. And I think a lot of fans like him, and I think they really welcome his return. This past season with Tampa Bay, according to PFF, it was a 62 overall, 67.5 against the run, and a 65.1 in pass rush. Not bad grades. Now, even if he doesn't come back to Detroit, I got to believe this is a great sign. This is a great sign. I mean, we heard from Golladay first. He sounded like he really was happy with Dan Campbell. And now we're hearing Suh come out of just nowhere and be like, hey, wait, I like this guy in Miami. You know, I love Detroit, this kind of thing. Talking all highly about Dan Campbell. He said he's truly a player's coach. If other players have the same impression of Dan Campbell, which we know that the Dolphins former players did because they were chanting Campbell, Campbell after their last win, that could mean the Lions might be able to stag some free agents for a little bit on the down low, on the cheap, because they just want to come play with Dan Campbell. That's the Campbell effect, my friend, and I hope that it plays out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Just a short little video. I just thought it was kind of interesting, man. I thought it was kind of interesting, and the Lions kind of need some of this if they're going to land some free agents that maybe they won't expect to, because the Lions won't have the most money. Give me like $50 million, but, you know, take a little cheap little 1 year, okay? Okay, Dan. Hey, if you want to retire here, Suh, okay, I'm down. I never got a Suh jersey, but maybe I'd have to. I'm just saying. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.